Right, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Okay, let's start the interview. May I know your name, please?
My name is Nazlina Timir Sultan.
Okay. May I know how long have you been teaching?
Almost about 15 years now.
15 years in only teaching.
Only teaching.
Where have you been teaching?
In private colleges.
Okay. And currently you're attached to?
Currently I'm in one of the private institution, college in Subang Jaya.
Alright. So let me just move on to the essence of the interview. What is a good teacher to you?
What is a good teacher to me? A good teacher is someone that is able to provide good knowledge to students.
Okay.
Transform them. Care for your students.
So this is your general view, or is there anything specific that you like to outline? For example, any circumstance or any example that probably you can give where you have demonstrated this particular trait.
I mean examples from the real. I think students nowadays, the subject that we teach them, they can access the information from the text, from the online and all that. Instead of sometimes how we, try to come down to their level of understanding in trying to make some sense so that they will understand what is it that we want to explain to them. Because today I think they are living in a world where they can access to information anywhere. They don't even have to attend to class actually, right? So it's basically how you can relate to your student. Yeah, that's the thing. Relate to them so that you are able to explain the subject so that they are able to able to understand. Because sometimes when we teach, we expect them they already understand that we forget, we just go very fast. Sometimes we are worried about finishing the topic, right?
Yeah.
So sometimes when you look at their face, they go blank, or you know that they are lost somewhere. So you have to come down to the level where you can deliver it to that they can accept.
Okay, and sorry, for the purpose of this interview, I forgot to ask you the level of your students.
Teaching foundation. Pre-U preparing them for the degree programs.
Okay. Alright, so these are basically SPM leavers, right?
Yeah, they are right after secondary schools.
Right, so any other examples you'd like to give? You mentioned just now provide good knowledge to students, and then transform them, care for your students. And how do you?
Knowledge is one thing, and then sometimes students they want attention. Sometimes it's like when we give them this extra attention to show that we actually care. We want them to do well, motivate them. This is some of the things that actually probably will somehow have some impact. That rather than we don't, because of course sometimes I cannot remember everybody's name in the class.
Yeah,
sometimes
true.
The one that sometimes you notice that you have wonder why this student is not doing well, what is wrong. So you start having this concern. So you try to get to know more and try to the attention. It's hard because we don't have time actually, but I would like to do that more because I know that we all come with some stories, background and all that. So sometimes it's not that. Some of them, yes, they are really weak lah. They are weak and they don't really have much, problem with the family or what. It's just that they are weak. So we have to look at how we need to give a better attention so that they can improve, right? But some they do have problems like maybe family or whatever problems. It's not to say that they can't. They can. They are okay. They are quite bright students, but they're not interested because of all this thing that is coming their way. So when you give them some attention, they may say, "Oh, okay, the teacher is focusing on me. She cares about me." So they want that attention sometimes, somebody to care for. So sometimes when you do that, they start. You can see some changes. You can't expect so much, but you can see some changes. So that's important for them, and it's not easy for us teachers and lecturers to do that. It's really hard.
Really tough,
because sometimes you are tired, coming up from one class to another, and as if with students so noisy and all that. It's just that sometimes these are the things that we would like to do. We would like to, for teachers who really want to. That's why I say you want to transform that person. You want them to not just complete the subject matter, and that you want them to be somebody, transform them into a better human being. And when you see they do something better in their life, you happy. That's when you say, okay, I've done something.
Okay, how do you manage when you say when you give attention to this person, and say for example, how do you manage to avoid this particular circumstance where probably some students feel this particular student is being given more attention? Yeah. How do you manage that?
Usually the students that you want to call and give them the attention, usually they are the one that either they are absent, they don't come for classes, or when they are in the class, some of them they are quiet, very reserved, or some are like they're very talkative for no reason. So you notice that they are not just normal like the whole crowd. Something is different about them. So when I'm giving this particular student some attention or that, I think the rest of the class somehow managed to understand that teacher is concerned about the student. It's not that I have favoritism and I have to take care of this person and I don't care about the rest of the class. I don't think so. They see it in that manner. They will know. Because when, for example, if the student had been absent, like yesterday's scenario is the best one. About Tam's class. I went to one class, that particular student, he has been absent from my class for a very long time. And one of the other lecturer, Tam, she called me and said, okay, that particular student is in my class now. I'm going to hold on. You come to my class before. Really, that happened. And when I went to the class, he saw me and he just went off. So, and then I asked the rest of the class. Then they all laughed. They said, Miss, yeah, they heard you. They came to Tam's class because Tam cheated and said that there's a test. So that's why he came. So, I think the rest of the class, they won't. It's how you handle it, lah. This is not where it leads to favoritism. That you only take care of one student and say, oh, you are my darling, and the rest of you, I don't care. No. I think the rest of the class will understand when the teacher particularly look at focusing into one of the two students because they are having some issues. And the teacher is trying to help in any way that you can. So far I've never encountered students saying that, oh, teacher, you only care about so-and-so and you don't care about us. No. I've never so far.
Never had that?
Never. I never had that problem. I have never any of my students come and say that, oh, you pay attention to this particular student and you don't give attention to us. And I've never had that problem so far.
Okay. Are there any traits or personal belief that you have that you like to emulate? I mean, that probably you are not doing it right now, but you like to do this
as a teacher,
yes.
I would like to be more patient in the future, because sometimes, the way things are and with a lot of work and number of students, sometimes you just feel tired and I just wish I have more patience sometimes. I think it's not that I'm not patient now, it's just that I just wish I have more of that, so that you will because
it's
a lot of stress working as a teacher.
Is it just about students or
not just about students? As a teacher means you have a lot of deadlines sometimes. Paperwork, deadline, that, and then sometimes when you are free in that 1-2, you want to sit down and do your work. You have to attend meeting. You have to go for that. You have to go for this. So when to do the work? Sometimes you feel stressed, and sometimes when students come to you, you are very like your mind is like busy with all that. And when they ask you, miss, you ask. Go like a bit blank. Okay, what did I discuss with you last? I was like that. No? So, yeah, I wish patience in trying to sort things out, being much organized, because it's very stressful to be a teacher, to be a lecturer. It's a very stressful job, and to have more time. Actually, I would like to look at how can we actually have more time with our students rather than spending so much time on things that are not directly relating to them. Okay, I repeat that. Spending more time on students, because that's why we are here. And try to cut down time because on the things that are not so focusing on their benefits and all that, like doing this, like paperwork, like all that is. I would like to have more time with my student. I think that helps a lot.
Yeah, definitely.
The face to face, this conversation, the meeting, trying to talk to them, that's lacking actually.
So do you find that online environments is probably not providing you with that avenue?
No, it doesn't. Learning online is, some students, it's a concept, it's a method, right? Nothing beats the traditional teaching lah. I feel it's still one of the best traditional teaching. Face to face, classroom, you are there and you so on. Online is a method, it's one of the method, and some students may be able to use this method and they find it's benefiting. Some students who are the problematic one, the one that are not really disciplined, they need to be pushed, they need to be monitored. This system doesn't really work much for them. I don't think
so. How would you, change your ways probably in adapting to this because
new method
and so on?
It's a struggle because.
What would you change? How would you change? And how would you use technology to get better with your students?